One speaker tonight, Greg. Greg, if you come up with the microphone right there, you have 3 minutes.
All right, well, I hate to, I don't know if that works, but I hate to be the one that on the night where you pat yourself on the back, but I'm disappointed in you. I sent my son to Hardin Park. It's not working.
Is his microphone?
There it is. Is that good? Okay. All right. So on a night where you guys are patting each other on the back, I hate to say, but I'm disappointed because I trusted you with my son. I came before your panel and pandered to get him transferred to Hardin Park where I thought he'd get a better workload, and he did, and I was glad of it. But during the first 4 months of him attending there, he was getting referred to the counselor once a week for 4 months. And then at a climax in January, action came on us, and he got taken from my home, from school, and placed in the DSS's custody. Now, I am very concerned about that because, first off, I never did anything to my son. The judge concurs that there was nothing done to my son. The only thing that the judge sustained is the fact that I might have neglected a bruise he had, which I wrote a note to the coach, and he had no concerns over the bruise. I assume that you guys would have checked it out, but anyhow, I've gone through clinical social worker after clinical social worker after clinical social worker, and all I feel is you're trying to build a industry off of vulnerable families. Now, it's come to my attention that Appalachian State has developed a doctorate in psychiatry, and it's come to my attention that the state just passed a psychiatry bill that is going to promote more psychiatrists in the school system, and that gives me great concern because when my son returns to Green Valley next fall, which I assume he probably will, unless I relocate, which I really did not have intended to, and I kind of feel like I ought to flee the county after this kind of assault on our family, but that wouldn't do any good to rectify the rest of the community to where it's palatable for us to live, so we're probably not going to do that. But how often is my son going to be referred to a psychiatrist or a counselor and harassed until they get some kind of dialogue that they like, for them to bring the authorities in and slander me and try to displace my son and basically traumatize me. My family's been very supportive, and I think we've moderated any kind of trauma to my son. But if I hadn't had a support system like I had, this could be very damaging to him. I'm very concerned about this and the industry of psychiatry into the school system, and I'm just very concerned with the whole procedure, and I cannot do anything. My son's come to these meetings, and he's one of the best kids that you could ask for as far as taking direction. He hardly ever has to be corrected. He was not being abused. He was not being neglected. He's a jock in all demeanor. And I'm just upset and very concerned about what's going to happen when we can come back to Green Valley.